Hi, I'm your host, Leilani Pelletier, back again, and it is fun to be me today. And here's the second reason why. We have a wonderful, amazing guest, Nancy Weil, here, who's a laughter coach. She does grief support, she does laughter coaching, she wears all sorts of hats, and she brought all sorts of hats and props, and there may be people around the studio wearing red noses today, and I think you're responsible for that. Thank you, Nancy Weil.
You're so welcome.
Tell us about coaching laughter. Tell us about laughter and your role in it and how it really can transform your life. Tell us about that.
It really does. I trained with the World Laughter Tour with Steve Wilson over 13 years ago, and bringing laughter into my life changed it completely. I've begun to take life lightly and truly finding the joy in every moment, no matter what's happening. And especially through my work at the cemetery, you really learn to honor the joy that's available in every single day.
So how do you put that into practice? So you've got certain missions through the cemeteries and then through your laughter work. Tell us a little bit about what your laughter work looks like. How do you coach that? What does that look like?
Absolutely. Well, as Karen was speaking about, sometimes it's just leading people in laughter exercises and just laughing for no reason, or what we call therapeutic laughter. Sometimes it's when I'm speaking to organizations throughout this community or really across the country and spreading what I call my mission of mirth, of learning how to find the beauty that we can find in the day. And so I teach people how to laugh more and stress less.
So you suggested that, or you recommend that people make their own personalized plan.
Absolutely.
To do this. Tell us about that.
I think everybody should have what I call an HPOA, or a humor plan of action. Right. Nobody has that. We say
I don't have it.
No,
nobody has that.
Nobody has it.
I need that.
You do, because we say laughter is like a vacation. It doesn't happen if you don't plan for it.
Right.
So what's a humor plan of action? Well, you begin to make a list of the things that you know will get you to laugh. It might be a favorite television show or a movie you like. It might be going to YouTube and looking up your favorite comedian, or going to the library and getting a book written by Irma Bombeck or Dave Barry. Something that will get you to laugh. Might be playing with your pets or with young children, watching the videos of babies laughing, and they laugh from this place in their soul, and we relate to it, and it gets us to laugh. And as you begin to understand the health benefits of laughter, you realize that you need it as much as going to the gym or taking your vitamins.
And we miss that so often, and you're simply suggesting that we know what makes us laugh. When you were saying that, I was ticking off a list of things I knew made me laugh, and boy, that's important. So you're simply saying, start making a list of things you know make you laugh.
Because what happens is otherwise we don't do it.
Right.
We say, oh, I'm around some funny people, I went to comedy sports, something happened, it got me to laugh. It's random. If we begin to make it as part of our plan, it becomes part of our day.
So what do you do with that? Put it on the fridge? Put it on the bathroom mirror?
Wherever you need to have it, where you think you'll be likely to look at it. For me, it's near my computer, because I spend a lot of time on the computer. And so I will make sure, even during my work, don't tell, but I'll take a little humor break during the day, and I might just watch something funny, a little 2-3 minute clip, and I find it energizes me again to get back to work, to be more creative and more productive during the workday.
Why do you think that that people stifle that in their workday or among other people?
Because we're afraid of being judged. We're afraid of what people might say and how we'll be perceived. But what I have found is that adults really want permission to play. And if you give them that permission and you help and guide them towards it, they really will have a lot of fun. And it's necessary. It's healthy.
It is. I can think of people that I've worked with in the past that have made me laugh, and it didn't make us any less productive. It added more joy, and it's a more vibrant memory, actually, of that work time. So in the workplace, that's incredible.
Yeah.
How might someone make some laughter at the workplace? I'm going to throw you a little curveball there, but what are some simple ways to do that?
It's really important that we know that. So every workplace should have what I call a joy basket, and it's filled simply with little toys that we can play with, little stress balls, maybe some clown noses, just some little toys. So when you're having a tough time at work, you can go take a 2-minute humor break. You can get the page-a-day calendars with jokes and things. The big caution I always say is make sure the humor is clean and non-offensive, especially in a work environment, because humor is subjective, and what I find funny and what somebody else might find funny could be very different. So it might be just having a children's joke book there that people can look at. Or for me, oftentimes my signature in my emails, each week I'll change it to a different joke. So people receiving my emails will have a little fun joke from a children's joke book.
Let's just work it in that way.
Absolutely.
And you're right, everybody's sense of humor is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's important what you said about not wanting to be judged and maybe not jumping in because you're afraid of what people will think, but there's a lot of great ways to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is the holidays. It's all sorts of holidays, kind of packed into a couple months, and this can be a difficult time for some people. And you do some work around how laughter can help you through that grieving process. This time of year is tough. We specifically wanted to do joy and laughter because of that reason right now. And in our last couple minutes, you talk about how laughter can get you through grieving times or tough times when you're feeling alone.
Absolutely. You know, I say when you feel the least like laughing is when you need to the most. And through the work I do with the Catholic Cemeteries, I have found that in our grief support group, we laugh as much as we cry throughout the group, and both are healing. The tears of laughter and the tears of grief actually have different chemical composition. And so sometimes we may just be remembering a good memory with our loved one and share a laugh about it as we recall that memory. We know it boosts our immune system, it reduces our stress, it helps with leveling the emotions and reducing, you know, all of that tension we're under. It's like a little pressure release valve. It's what we most need when we're going through a tough time.
So how might you trigger yourself to do that? We can all think of times we've been on deep grief and somebody says something and you start laughing. Absolutely. And you feel horrible for laughing in our last minute here. How could you bring humor into the grieving process?
So it's everything as simple as just laughing for no reason, as Karen talked about.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine because someone told me to.
Therapeutic laughter. It can also be looking at old family photos or sharing a memory with someone in the family or a friend and remembering that loved one. And sometimes those memories really do bring that smile, and it's bittersweet, but it feels really good.
Oh, that's great. So simply because Nancy told me to. During periods of grief, you can introduce that laughter and that. And just in our last minute here now, we've got so many tips. I know that on the screen we have directions to reach you at your website, and phone number will be available to reach you at the Catholic Cemeteries. And people can reach you all sorts of different ways. Right now, we've got your email address up there, and I know you welcome any emails that come your way. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Let's laugh our way right into the next segment. We'll be back soon. See, she did it already, right from the soul. See you soon.